Archangel Michael says, the heavens have been echoing the same call, again and again, hoping you would listen. Every sign, every delay, every coincidence, none of it has been random. But now the message is no longer waiting, it is demanding, urgent, burning to be heard. There is a divine shift already in motion, and this is your last window before it closes completely. A divine hand has been trying to reach you through dreams, through strangers, through situations you didn't understand. But your mind was clouded, distracted, distant, and now the clock is almost out of time. Tonight, while the world sleeps, heaven weeps. Because God has tried gently, God has whispered through countless blessings, and still you did not open your heart completely. But May 27th is not just another day, it is the day your silence will either break or cost you something unfixable. This message is not ordinary. You were meant to find it now, not tomorrow, not later, now, while your spirit is still reachable. The fire around you is not just spiritual warfare, it's your soul's alarm bell ringing louder and louder. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, God isn't tired of you, He's tired of shouting into storms you choose not to calm. Every moment you ignored the signs, the divine had to rewrite your timeline with new delays. But even the most patient grace has a moment where silence can no longer be ignored. You felt something in your chest recently, like a stirring, like a force rising. It wasn't fear, it was a heavenly push trying to get your attention before the spiritual door closed. Now, it's right in front of you. If you don't open it, it won't wait for long. On May 27th, something you thought was lost forever will try one more time to return. This is why you've been seeing the same repeated pattern again and again. Heaven has been circling back to help you recognize the cycle before it collapses completely. You're not alone, but you have made yourself unreachable with the walls you built. And yet, the divine kept knocking, despite your anger, your exhaustion, your heartbreak. Now it's the final knock. If not answered, it turns to silence. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There's something hidden beneath your everyday life that you haven't seen. Behind the distractions, there's a spiritual map guiding you toward a moment only you can fulfill. You were supposed to meet someone this week, but the divine postponed it due to your unreadiness. But now, God says, no more delays, no more missed messages. A powerful moment on May 27th will decide the next chapter of your destiny. And you won't even realize it passed unless you prepare your spirit to receive it. There's someone who's been shown your face in their dream. They are searching for you, asking about you, sensing you, but they don't know your name. That's because the divine didn't allow them to know it until you stepped into your awakened identity. That awakening starts tonight. Because this isn't just about love or loss, it's about what you promised before you entered this life. A soul contract was made, and it's calling itself due tomorrow. Type Amen to get blessing 888. God has been sending people to test your reactions, to measure your spiritual response. Every time you chose compassion, heaven moved you closer to your breakthrough. But every time you chose bitterness, the timeline paused, waiting for you to recover. Tomorrow is not the time to hesitate. It is the moment to open, to surrender, to obey without resistance. Because the consequence of not responding will be a loss not of things, but of purpose. Do you feel it? Something has been bothering you that you can't name. A restlessness, an unease, as if something around you doesn't fit anymore. That's the spiritual echo of what you have outgrown. God is tearing it away. Not to punish you, but to release you. From fake friendships. From one-sided love. From job chains pretending to be dreams. Everything that is not aligned will begin falling apart after tomorrow. Type Amen to get blessing 222. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "This is why heaven is tired, not because you've failed, but because you keep clinging to what is not meant. You've asked for peace while sleeping in the middle of war. You've prayed for love while holding the hands of those who only drain you. On May 27th, God will expose the root of what's been blocking your next blessing. It won't be subtle. It won't be gentle. It will be loud and shaking. Because heaven is now shaking your foundation to rebuild it in truth. You will hear something tomorrow, either from someone unexpected or through something on your screen. It will stop your heart for a moment, not in fear, but in revelation. And after that, everything you thought was permanent will begin to shift. This is the divine earthquake meant to reveal the treasure buried beneath your pain. You were never meant to carry this weight this long. But heaven had to wait until you were strong enough to drop it without breaking. Type Amen to get blessing 144. You've seen numbers like 333, 999, 27, and 11 not by chance, but as coded signals. They are not angel numbers, they are divine reminders written directly into your life's sequence. Each one leads to May 27th, when the spiritual combination unlocks what's next. Don't dismiss this as just another emotional message. Your name has already been spoken in sacred circles above. There are whispers about you, about a new beginning that cannot be delayed. The reason your old plans didn't work is because they were built for the old version of you. Tomorrow demands the new version, bolder, cleaner, focused, obedient. A version that no longer explains itself to those who never deserve to hear. This isn't punishment, it's preparation. The divine can't bless what's still attached to chaos. That's why you are being stripped before being crowned. Type Amen to get blessing 777. There's a sealed envelope in heaven with your name on it. It's been marked, "Deliver only when ready." And that moment has arrived, but it depends on your response tonight. Someone close to you has been spiritually warned to stay away from you. Not because you are bad, but because your elevation would require their downfall. They were warned, and they chose jealousy. Now, heaven is removing them. You might feel heartbreak, but it's divine surgery. Removing what's toxic to prepare the body for blessing. The pain you feel isn't punishment, it's cleansing. And after May 27th, a door you never thought would open again will swing wide. But only if you receive this word, not just read it, but respond with action. Because God is not tired of giving, but tired of waiting for your yes. Type Amen to get blessing 616. You are not abandoned, you are being rerouted. Sometimes silence isn't rejection, it's redirection. God has been silencing the wrong voices so you can finally hear the right one. You've seen friends fade. Lovers lie. Helpers disappear. But that was heaven filtering your surroundings. Because what's coming requires purified alignment. The crown on your head is being adjusted tonight. Not everyone saw it, but heaven did. That's why you were attacked so much, because you are crowned but unaware. Tomorrow will prove it. A message will come to your phone, email, or dream that validates your journey. And after that, you'll feel the shift not in the world, but inside your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 444. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, even angels get weary of warning a soul that won't listen. But God in His mercy commanded this final message to reach you now. Because He still sees the fire in you, even if you've buried it in ashes. Your enemies sense something about to happen for you. That's why they've gotten louder lately. But don't respond, heaven is responding for you. You won't have to prove anything. The divine proof will be in what you receive next. But it all rests on your obedience, your action, your surrender today. May 27th is not just a date, it's a spiritual checkpoint. You will pass through it changed or chained. And the choice is yours, right now, not later. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You were born for this timing. Not a second too early, not a moment too late. Everything has led to this spiritual junction. A car, a phone, a person, you will see one of these tomorrow in a very specific way. Don't dismiss it, it's a divine signal. Watch how it aligns with what you just read here. When it happens, whisper, I receive it, I am ready. And let the old fall without clinging. Because God never ends something unless it is beneath your next level. You are not being tested, you are being trusted. God believes in your future more than you fear it. That's why this message has found you one last time. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. And if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There is a gate between timelines that opens only once in a generation. And tomorrow, May 27th, it opens for you. Not for your friend, not for your family, not for your enemy, for you alone. This gate has waited through your tears, your betrayals, your silence. It remained unopened because your spirit wasn't aligned yet. But now, the vibrations of your soul have matched the frequency of the gate. And heaven cannot delay this moment any longer. Because there is a divine appointment with your name on it. One that cannot be reassigned, cannot be stolen, cannot be missed, unless you choose to sleep through it. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Tonight, you may feel anxiety in your chest. A pressure. A strange surge in energy or emotion. That is not panic, it is divine preparation. You are being spiritually dressed for something sacred. Even in your sleep, angels are working on you. They are clearing what you cannot see, repairing what you didn't even know was broken. You are not weak, you are just being rewired for a greater load. The old circuits cannot carry the level of blessing coming next. So God is interrupting your patterns, habits, and even relationships for this reason. You may cry. You may resist. But please don't run. Because if you allow this process, you will awaken tomorrow with supernatural clarity. And you will know what to do next without even asking. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. The people who underestimated you will try to return. But they are not meant to enter your next level. God is showing them who you are, not to elevate your ego, but to expose their error. Someone who lied about you recently is facing exposure. Not by you, but by divine intervention. They won't be able to hide their intentions any longer. This is also why you felt distant from people you used to trust. Heaven has been spiritually quarantining you from those carrying poisoned words. Because they would have sabotaged what's coming for you tomorrow. Instead, you'll see signs, on clocks, in music, even random conversations. And every one of them is tied to 27 May's unfolding spiritual hour. A final alignment before the manifestation begins. Type Amen to get blessing 1221. Archangel Michael says, tomorrow is not just a date, it's a key. It unlocks what has been locked for decades in your bloodline. Curses will break. Blessings will flood. Justice will roar. You were chosen to be the first in your family to break a cycle. That's why your life felt harder. You were fighting invisible wars they never warned you about. But heaven always knew you were strong enough to survive, and rise. Now it's not just about survival, it's about divine takeover. God is replacing your pain with purpose, your losses with legacy. And after tomorrow, you'll begin to see the evidence in the physical. Don't be surprised if someone from the past suddenly contacts you. It won't be a coincidence, it will be the final test before the upgrade. You must choose the new path, even when the old one calls in familiar ways. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. Your face is marked by heaven. Even when you hide, your glow cannot. That's why strangers are drawn to you without knowing why. You are carrying divine energy that repels harm. Even in your lowest moments, heaven surrounds you like a shield. And the attacks that reached you were only allowed to build your strength. Everything you've gone through this year was to prepare you for May 27th. That's not just a message, it's a declaration from the throne. God is now rewriting your destiny in real time. And after you open your heart to receive it, you will no longer feel lost. Instead, you will feel weightless, as if something heavy finally left. That is the confirmation you've been waiting for. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The moment of clarity will come like lightning. 1 second you won't understand, and in the next, you'll see everything clearly. That's how fast heaven moves when obedience is in place. Do not delay any longer. Do not second-guess what your soul is already screaming. Your intuition isn't fear, it's divine foresight. Someone who once betrayed you will try to reach out with false peace. But you've already outgrown their version of you. Don't return to a chapter you've already survived. And if you've been praying for a sign, this is it. This message is not on your screen by accident. God has paused time to speak to your heart one last time. Type Amen to get blessing 747. You are not late. You are right on time for divine redemption. What you thought was the end will now become the beginning. There is wealth with your name on it, spiritual, emotional, financial. It has been stored and waiting, held back until you were ready to receive without wasting it. And tomorrow, the vault starts to open. That dream you had last week, where you were in a new place, new home, new atmosphere, that wasn't imagination. That was prophecy. You walked into a future God is now bringing into your now. Do not get distracted today. Stay alert. Stay still. Stay open. Because before midnight tomorrow, something will shift permanently. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Archangel Michael says, your name has been spoken in angelic realms. Instructions were released. Forces assigned. Destiny activated. The command has already gone forth, all that's left is your agreement. This is not about religion. It's about alignment. You've come too far to go backward now. If you feel exhausted today, it's because spiritual downloads are heavy. Let yourself rest, but not delay. You'll need your energy for what's about to manifest in waves. The next person who compliments you may be carrying a message. Listen beyond the words. Feel the energy. God speaks through vessels, even unaware ones. Type Amen to get blessing 828. Your life is not random. Your battles were not for nothing. Your tears have watered the ground where your blessings now bloom. May 27th is the sprouting. It is the first visible proof of what was growing underground all along. And when it bursts forth, even you will be shocked at how suddenly it happened. Don't minimize your importance. You were born with blueprints in your blood. That's why the enemy fought so hard to confuse you. But your clarity is returning. Your confidence is rebuilding. And your crown is being polished while you sleep. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. This is your final moment of silence before the divine trumpet sounds. You may not hear it with ears, but your soul will recognize it instantly. It will feel like the first breath after being underwater for too long. You will know what to do next without any external help. Because God has already written it in your heart. Now your spirit is finally quiet enough to read it. There will be 3 moments tomorrow that align perfectly with this word. Watch for them. Don't ignore them. They will serve as confirmations that you are finally in sync. Now take a deep breath. Feel the divine presence around you. This is not the end, it's your appointed beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 369. This is the final chapter of the message. The next voice will not be a warning, but a wind, lifting you into the next level. Let it carry you. Let it change you. You are chosen. You are covered. You are ready. And if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. May 27th. Do not miss it. Do not doubt it. Do not delay. The heavens are watching. Archangel Michael says, the battle has been fought long enough. The warfare in your spirit, the tug-of-war in your heart, the confusion in your mind, it's been exhausting. But tonight, heaven declares, it ends now, because tomorrow begins a divine rewrite of your entire story. You were never created for smallness. But circumstances caged your vision, and lies silenced your truth. Now God is breaking the walls that have limited your eyes, your voice, and your steps. This isn't just a shift. It is a divine rerouting so powerful that your future self will remember May 27th as the day everything changed. Not because of a person, not because of a plan, but because you finally listened. You may feel an ache in your spirit tonight. That's the residue of everything you're about to leave behind. Let it burn. Let it fall. Let it break. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. You will begin to feel lighter, not because problems disappear, but because your alignment will return. Your soul has been carrying burdens that were never yours to begin with. And now the angels assigned to you are coming to lift them, one by one. Do not be surprised if tomorrow brings an emotional wave. A message, a face, a moment that feels like déjà vu, it will all be connected. Because what you thought was over will echo once more before it leaves forever. This is closure on a spiritual level. Not just of a chapter, but of a whole dimension you've outgrown. It's time to release the false safety of the familiar and trust the holy unknown. A hand has been reaching out to help you, but you kept pulling away, unsure if it was real. Now, heaven will make sure it is undeniable. You won't have to chase anymore. What's yours will find you. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. You will hear your name tomorrow in a way that stops you. It may come from a stranger, a dream, or an unexpected message. It will carry a frequency that jolts your awareness. This is no coincidence. That will be your spiritual confirmation. The realm of divine timing has fully opened. And once inside, things will no longer operate by human logic. You will begin to experience accelerated favor, unexplained peace, and miraculous clarity. Everything blocking you will start falling away. People pretending to be for you will start disappearing. And those chosen to walk this next part of your journey will arrive without needing to be asked. This is the spiritual elevation you've cried for in secret. Heaven saw those tears, bottled them, and now pours them back as oil upon your head. You are being anointed in private for a purpose that will manifest in public. Type Amen to get blessing 7171. Something will feel different in your room tonight. A cold breeze. A flicker. A stillness so loud it calms every thought. That's not your imagination, it's the shift entering your atmosphere. Even your body will respond. You may sleep deeply, dream vividly, or feel a sudden pull toward stillness. This is heaven preparing you to receive the download meant for you alone. You don't have to understand it all. You just have to allow it. Because tomorrow, you'll wake up knowing what you didn't know before. And when the moment comes to act, act. Don't wait. Don't delay. Because delayed obedience is still disobedience. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Archangel Michael says, someone is about to mention your name in a meeting, in a conversation, or in prayer. They will speak about you in honor, even if they once doubted you. Because the light that's been growing inside of you is now too bright to ignore. Heaven has whispered your name into the right ears. And tomorrow, an offer, a proposal, or a revelation will make you pause. That's your sign. That's your access point. That's your divine yes. But it must be answered with courage. Fear will still try to talk. Doubt will still whisper. But the Spirit in you must rise louder. God says, you are no longer hidden. The season of preparation is complete. The season of revelation begins. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Tomorrow will be marked in your memory, not for pain, but for permission. Permission to grow, to speak, to receive, to rise. And heaven will not allow anything to stand in the way of that anymore. Even your environment will begin to shift. Watch how certain things break, change, or fall apart tomorrow. That's not destruction, that's divine demolition of things built on false foundations. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But do not confuse discomfort with danger. Because what's uncomfortable now will feel like peace later. And if you feel alone in this moment, know this. Every angel assigned to you is surrounding you as you read these words. They are watching, waiting, preparing to lift you the moment you say, yes. Type Amen to get blessing 818. The enemy had a plan. He planted distractions, fake love, and broken opportunities around you. But heaven intercepted them every time you trusted your gut. That inner warning you felt, it wasn't paranoia. It was protection. Your spiritual radar was active, even when your heart wasn't ready to hear it. Now both your heart and spirit are aligned. And this time, when you walk through that divine door, nothing will pull you back. Because you have finally passed the test of cycles. There's someone who will watch you rise and feel confused. Because they didn't think you'd recover from what they did. But God doesn't build tables to impress your enemies, He builds them to honor your obedience. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Tomorrow's miracle won't be loud. It won't come with thunder or fire. It will come softly, like peace that suddenly returns after years of noise. You'll feel it in your chest. A lightness, a calm, a knowing. That's how you'll know the shift has started. The old version of you, wounded, fearful, apologetic, will not survive the day. It will dissolve under the weight of divine truth. And from the ashes, the real you will emerge. This is not a rebirth. It's a revelation. You're not becoming someone new, you're becoming who you always were. Type Amen to get blessing 333. This is your final reminder. Don't delay. Don't postpone this breakthrough. What you do in the next 24 hours determines the blessings of the next 24 months. If you feel it, respond. Don't wait for approval. Don't wait for clarity from others. This message didn't come for them, it came for you. You were the one God has been calling. You were the one carrying the lineage of change. And now, you are the one who says yes, fully, finally, forever. And if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Tomorrow, May 27th. A divine time stamp. The gates will open. The fire will fall. The chains will break. And your name will rise. Be ready. Be still. Be open. It's your time.